welcome everybody to the Onward VRML Season 15, Week 3. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's. I will be your sole conductor in today's journey into the top tier of the VRML. OP versus LatinForce, a matchup that has not occurred yet this season, but both teams starting off their Season 15 strong 2-0. Local standings putting OP at 19th and LatinForce at 24th, but still pretty early in the season, so ranks are still kind of TBD. You got to get those 3 games in the books before that ladder standing really starts to get solidified. And Week 3 is certainly the start of when we start to see some pretty exciting matchups, and I think OP and LatinForce definitely could deliver on that front. OP, a team filled with players that have been around for a long time: Pants, Shirts, CJ Hubs, Chawai, and Coates. And over on LatinForce, we have, for now, Ivans, El Mexicano, Torres family, and Guerrero Azteca, waiting on their 5th to connect in, with hopefully they'll have. And we'll go into this undefeated battle between these two teams for our 3rd week. A little hiatus occurred as we saw a big update come through. Curious to see how teams adapt to that new update, see if we see a shift in any sort of gun metas, anything like that. Definitely going to be an exciting time. I'm going to go ahead and give the teams the go-ahead. And we'll start round 1 whenever both squads are ready to go. But like I said, just waiting on that 5th to connect in for LatinForce, and then we should be started shortly. So shout out to those that did stick around for that countdown into the start of the stream. A new system we're doing here with YouTube, which you've seen already over the course of the first 2 weeks, but events get posted, and you can actually kind of determine when a stream is going to be live just by looking at the YouTube channel and checking the live category. It's a great way to kind of see upcoming events. You can get notified for when they go live so you don't miss them, and usually they'll get posted a day or 2 before the stream gets picked up. Sooner if possible, but you know, takes a little bit of time. We do have a 5th connected in, and it looks like Ivans is going to fill out, or no, El Argentino, excuse me, is going to fill out that 5th spot for LatinForce. And we are on the cusp of getting into the action. Again, a matchup that has not occurred yet this season, but they did face off last season. 6-12, I believe, was the overall score in favor of OP. LatinForce coming in strong and putting on a good fight, but not able to take enough rounds. We'll have to see what OP puts together here. Our first map of the afternoon is going to be USS Quest, a map I haven't seen in a long time. Obviously, we've had it for a couple of weeks in the first half of the season, but this is my first cast back into the Onward space. And USS Quest, an old favorite, one we've seen in previous seasons, like Season 11, I believe, maybe even 13. But the USS Quest is where we are headed, round 1. Kicking off. Diving into the action with OP on the attack. LatinForce on the defense. First OBJ. Red lane corner. Let's see if I remember all of the ways to move the cam and Onward. Been a little bit. Mexicano here rotating up. Early firefights. Turn those lasers on for you as Coates catches some of that early pre-fire. And a pretty aggressive defensive setup here with El Mexicano trying to flash forward into this center push. Okay, Mexicano overextending into the entirety of this offense. He's trying to push up through the center. Torres family gets identified. Oh, and a trade up through the center. Might prompt Torres to pop up and look for some action. Should give Coates an opportunity for a kill. In the meantime, around the long end, they lose one. Down goes Torres, and it's up to Argentino through the center here, who does a little pop out like that. Shirts and rotates back on the objective. It's the full wardrobe that's left for OP. Down go the pants. Just the upper half left. Ivans and Argentino alive and well. Ooh, and Ivans very well could have spotted that cross there. Shirts re-peeks, they're at risk. Argentino, meanwhile, so close, and he spotted Argentino on top of OBJ. Coates finds a big kill. Puts Ivans alone in a 1v2, trying to hold down what is ultimately the one cross they're going to have to make. Otherwise, they could rotate all the way around through Red Room, but they know they're not going to. Coates goes down. Shirts getting ready to peek on the other side. There's no pants, no coat. Shirts is alone, and it's a naked OP as LatinForce with Ivans clutch up round one. Pretty quick pace, right into the action. Oh, I gotta update the score. Utilize all the fancy new bells and whistles that we have for Season 15. A big shout out to Offbeat and the production team that have put together what is this substantially updated casting package. I do really appreciate the support. It's fantastic. Hopefully you're all enjoying it at home, and big shout out to everyone that is tuning in. Certainly an exciting start to the set, though, and out the gate, Coates 2-1, Shirts 2-1, the top half carrying. But LatinForce ultimately coming out with that round win. Swap sides, and OP defend that same corner objective.
No way. I should not have done that.
Yeah, being good. If you said that was easy.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Nobody loves Chawi. Ooh, smokes.
Our utility coming in, flashes to deter over aggressive rotation up to the center. CJ Hubs takes some early shots down towards Ivan. Argentino battling Shirts on the red lane.
One's inside the crate in red.
And they find the kill. They're going to hold down red lane. Well, the rest of this offense wonders what the play is, especially with CJ Hubs located up here. Some guesswork by Guerrero. Almost catches Coates on the corner. Hubs still playing it patient. Oh, and Guerrero pushing forward. They're going to be going right into CJ's line and likely called out. Coates finds that kill. CJ's going to look to swing out. They won't find much as Torres is playing it conservatively. Doesn't want to fly forward here. And here's CJ on the other side. Information for them to work with. Holding their position strong on the crates. I wanted to go over to this side and see what Shirts is doing. Ivan's on the rotation, and meanwhile CJ and Torres down Down goes Mexicano. They'll be needing that res, and they will get it.
Menos uno.
Regrésate y sube.
CJ still waiting on the corner and doesn't need to peek out. Pants will find the long-range kill. Ivans hasn't rotated red room like I thought. They were still up through the center. If anything, trying to hit a flank onto Dubs here, and they're going to find instead the trade up through the middle. Torres alone. What's the plan? Pushing into CJ, pushing into their death. Tied up one apiece. Solid round two. Bit of a rough push there. Oh, I need some padding on the elbows. Couldn't get set up. Picked apart up through the edge, and CJ getting aggressive through the center, really ultimately just stopping any sort of advance up through the middle there. No flashes on the attack, couple of smokes, no nades, very little utility coming out. And ultimately the guns prevail for the OP defense. We go to a new objective on the other side of the ship. Take a quick look at the KDs before we get into round three. Ivans 4-1. Pants and shirts 3-1, 3-2. Coats 3-1. OP definitely shooting a bit better here, but all that matters is round wins. So we'll see if LatinForce can hold on to another defensive point here. So far we are trading defensive rounds. Playing a similar style of defense to CJ, pushing up here. Easily run into some action. And the whole team here. They got to be prepped for Ivans on the other side. I wonder if there's any utility that's going to come over the top here. Doesn't look like it. And Shirts is just going to likely barrel past Ivans. How long does Ivans stay and not shoot while his team goes past them? Shirts now. Coach should be aware. They're looking for the kill. There's a nade over the top. It's a grenade into the corner if that was a flash. Oh, there's the flash. Coat's completely blind. Ivans doesn't want to commit to the full peek, and rightfully so, because Chawai flies the corner for the kill. Trade up through the middle. Leaves us 3-3. Torres and Mexicano holding the outside. Up the middle is clear, but obviously Argentino and Torres holding. Coates will battle for that win, and there's two close to objective. Argentino has a big role in preventing this cap from coming through right now, because it is danger time. Coates could walk right in and punch this coat in. Nobody has a line of sight into this crate right now. Mexicano trades on the edge. Argentino's still playing things cautiously, flashing up over to red room, and Coates gets inside. On objective, tablet out. Argentino does not rotate. OP trying to punch the code in as Argentino finally decides to swing out from their defensive position, but decides too late. OP up 3-1. A big 2-point cap, setting them up for a defensive map 1 win here if they take the next round. Both teams 2-0 so far this season. They've been playing well. And maybe just a little bit of a miscommunication. You should have even heard the footsteps up to the objective, but hey. What are you gonna do? round 4 we go. Swap sides, OP defend, LatinForce get their chance at trying to punch the code in on this objective.
You can see on these boxes.
Yeah, bacon.
You know, I'm seeing on this right from getting.
Heavy smoke play coming in. Shirts and CJ have already pushed up past the smokes. CJ here in an aggressive forward position is trying to deny even the opportunity for the offense to push up. Argentino could get caught off guard if they're not prepared for a defensive player to be up nearly attacking them. The pacing very different between the two teams, but maybe that's because Torres family are trying to play into the aggression that's coming out. CJ botching the flash toss. Suppressive fire coming in from the duo on the edge as they work through the middle.
Go ahead, use your super jiggle on us. Go ahead. Come on.
There's always something. LatinForce find the kill. OP still holding down. Coach Slash, and Argentino does a nice job of crashing up onto the corner. Pants alone on objective. Just trying to deter the crash in. Rightfully so, defending the cap more importantly than their life. They will lose the round. LatinForce go up for, 3-2. Trying to hang in to the series. Couple of kills getting picked up there finally, and OP not necessarily connecting like they were at the start of the series. 3-3, 3-4, 3-3. That's actually a couple of rounds without kills because they were 3-1s across the board there for a while, so rough few rounds there for OP. They go back on the attack though. LatinForce defend. See what round 5 puts together for us. I'm doing the math correct. There has been a cap. You just maybe missed it. Push up from OP, connects with the first kill. Defensive flash to try and deter any additional aggression. Ends up flashing Ivans more than anything. Ivans playing a very patient defensive position here, trying to be aggressive so they can find the first kill and then bring the trap onto more, but Shirts quickly shuts that down. Torres still on the far corner. Challenge through the smoke as Pants doesn't expect Torres to fly in for the triple. No, just the double. Shirt sets it down. 2v2, make it a 1v2 as Guerrero way out in the open here. Shirts commits to a little bit further of a peek. Guerrero holding that corner though and has a slice. Can actually be a pretty tough challenge if they do decide to take that fight. Actually a pretty good spot there to tuck into either way. Shirts will drop back. Maybe look for the longer angle. here, and they will connect. There it is. That was the rotation. Gets them some distance and finds the pick. Argentino is closing the gap, though, and doing so quickly. Take a position up on top of the objective. It's not going to be easy for Shirts to push in, but they do have time. Top. Might have caught Shirts. Argentino's flying in, and it does. A beautiful flash play from Argentino pays off. They catch the final kill they need to put themselves 3-3 in map 1. OP getting overconfident off of their 2-0 cap. Or 2-1, 1-1 cap. Quick 2 rounds for LatinForce. And we prepare for the final round of the map.
Échale.
Swapping over to the Cloud Mix Buds. Just like that. Toronto crashing forward down to Pants early. Defensive hold for OP starts nice 4v5, but there's heavy smokes to the objective. Pants looking to be the main defender from this push. Torres goes down to the edge spot there from Chawai.
53.
Push continues to come in, and CJ
Minus another one, 53,
tucked into the crate catches a kill. LatinForce down to just 2. It's Ivans and Argentino in the red lane alone. What is the best play forward here? It's maybe double up on the red lane, try and hit him from a flank. But that's easier said than done. Especially with Shirts defending things. That's a trade, 1 for 1. Means that Ivan's alone in a 1v4. Accurate kill count is there, then OP know that they have this 4v1 advantage and will await the eventual push. Four and a half left, and with things tied up 3-3, the 1v4 is 1v4 clutch in particular is definitely what they're seeking here. It does kind of mean that you need to catch out a defender one at a time. And like I said, I think the best way for that to happen is to pick apart the edges, but Chawai maybe reads that coming in from Ivans and picks apart the edge. OP takes map 1, 4-3. And they set themselves up for series map TBD. Wait to see where we get taken there for map 2, but I do believe that was OP's map pick. Could have been 4-1 if they had just managed to lock in their defensive hold after the cap, but a nice fight back from LatinForce, and ultimately a 4-3 scoreline coming in from OP. Curious to think where we go next. We have Cargo and Tanker banned, Shipyard Downfall banned, Close Quarters Quest is done. We've got Snow Peak. Is that in the mix for season 15? Trying to think of some range, because I do believe that's where LatinForce are going to take it. Try and get away from the OP close quarters, although it did work out pretty well for them on the quest. USS Quest, of course. And we're headed to Bazaar for map 2. Take a look at the stats on Bazaar for both these teams so far this season. Not even in their top 5 played. Or maybe we don't have enough room to show Bazaar there. USS Quest, though, both with an 80% win rate so far this season. Really both comfortable on the map. Interesting. Either way, Bazaar for map 2 is where we are headed. Looks like it is LatinForce's map pick as well. 5 rounds played. Oh no, there it is on there. It is one of their top 5 for LatinForce. Not on the top 5 though for OP. Doesn't mean that OP are strangers to Bazaar. You look at the roster, and again, it's players that are relatively familiar with the game of Onward and Bazaar, a map that's been in the game for a while. I suppose almost every map has been in the game for a while at this stage, but regardless. Looks like we're ready to go. Make sure the players aren't waiting on me. And in to round 1. Map 2. Here's your active rosters. No subs coming in. LatinForce on the attack for our first objective. Just a little starting line, taking us over towards the Humvee. It's going to be standard stuff, I imagine, as Ivan's actually scoops up one. Very surprising early pickup. Back from Chawai, and Mexicano trying to push up way out in the open. Looking for those shots to connect, can't find them. On the other side, CJ popping out. Coates doing some damage. Guerrero up through the middle. Ivan's on the south side. Finds the refrag on the Chawai, and that opens up that way of entry. 3v3 with OP tucking themselves into the objective position. And LatinForce stacking the south side. Pretty good defense for what's to come. We have Pants watching that full south street from a deep angle, not overexposing. Watching for an aggressive push. You got Coates on objective and able to pop up and do a little bit of peek work through the middle. And then obviously CJ in blue room, and that's basically where everyone's coming from on LatinForce. Torres up through the middle. Ivan's through blue room and Mexicano through the south. So defense is set. Just a matter of finding the connects. And LatinForce walking into the traps. There's one.
-1 south, -1 south.
Torres giving away their position in the center, trying to get hubs down in that blue room, but if anything gives the position away. And now Coates rotates to take a gander up through the middle, as I mentioned. Ivan's still trying to work their way up to the blue room. Oops, that's my Discord, apologies. Oh, and Coates could get scooped up here if Ivan sees the corner. A little slice of them peeking there. They're not looking, but they're also hearing CJ, and that's a bit of a distraction. Oh, and there's Coates. There was a elbow or a piece of their back just popping out around the corner there. I feel like Ivans may have seen that. It's all in the hips, as you do know when you prone walk, and Ivan's really working it to get themselves closer to Coates. It is all in the hips. Waiting to see if Pants is going to catch the rotation. 2 minutes left. Torres on objective. Call out coming in from Coates. Might cause a little bit of panic, and I think that's the idea. Torres trying to get Coates to rotate. Ivans finds that kill. CJ hearing this is a little concerned, and there's a great flash into Blue Room. Ivans has to apply the pressure. And they're going to fly the corner, and that's a beautiful 1-2 punch. Torres on objective, punching in the code, and this is a wonderful play. Oh, no, they're not coding. Vance is pushing up. They find one. They can't get the double, and Torres and LatinForce bring together a fantastic offensive push into the remaining 3 of OP. Very well done. Well-deserved Marsoc round to kick off their Bazaar set. I do love these cloud earbuds. Comes with the charging case that also is used to connect to your Bluetooth on the phone. And once you've done that, you actually can swap between Bluetooth on your phone and the wireless on your computer by pushing the wireless adapter button, and it swaps them. And so if you're playing on your computer and you're doing stuff and you want to swap to the phone and leave the house or the apartment, you just press that button. It swaps it to the Bluetooth mode of the heads of the earphones, and it connects to your Bluetooth enabled device. So I've been enjoying them so far. Definitely a nice change of pace from the headset over the ear stuff. Sound quality is great. Still experimenting on the size options. They do come with couple of different earbud sizes, as do most in-earbud headphones these days. And I think I have to go smaller than bigger, but either way, I do enjoy them. And I've been experimenting with them over the last couple of days since I've gotten my fantastic caster package. A wrist brace, or a wrist pad from HyperX. We have a new Quadcast Pro that we'll be connecting up soon enough here. Voice guard, new earphones, a couple of new mice. Really appreciate the support from them. Back into the action we go for round 2, map 1. Map 2. You do the math. The call-outs. Where coming in. LatinForce's so far nowhere. Except for the south. Coates finds the first kill. Smokes start to come in. That one doesn't go where they want it. Goes a little too high. Torres peeks out, goes down, finds a kill at the same time, though, and it's a 1-for-1. So ultimately, more is the rotation there. They were pushing up for the res.
Bro, they're pushing tank side.
CJ thought it was a friendly. And spots Mexicano out on the
I killed another one.
catwalk there.
Man, give me that. Yeah, that's 42.
For Ivans, and second kill on the round for CJ. Across Argentino's line and be a serious threat to this objective. Ivan's the only one with the line in. Argentino has to crash back if they want to defend that cap. Otherwise, CJ, I think, can get inside and tuck into the corner, punch that code in. Ivans is still here. CJ takes up the stairs, trying to be a threat from multiple angles as Ivans finally pops out and finds the kill, but it's a trade, 1-for-1. Opens up the objective. There's the rest of OP Argentina way off of the objective space here, and a cap chance for OP. As they check, they realize and crash back to the objective. It puts them in the open. Coates will find that kill relatively easily with 3 left alive. OP take a solid Marsoc win and maybe even squander an opportunity there for a 2-pointer. We've got that eye in the sky, though, and the ability to look through walls. These players obviously don't, but... Tied again, 1-1 for Map 2. Map 1 going 4-3, USS Quest and OP taking the win. Also securing a cap in that map. Next objective takes us to the east side over at Tank. Don't foresee a cap coming in here, but love to stand corrected. Definitely would require a smoke or 2 well placed. We'll have to see what LatinForce do on the attack as we get into round 3. Hopefully I fixed the feedback that was coming in. I do think I know what there was 2 sources of audio, yes. I do apologize for that, but hopefully that has been remedied. Oh, actually, no, I do see 2 sources of audio. Yeah, this is the new system that I'm not used to. Not really sure what the fix is for that, because I don't split audio levels. It all comes in through one. I don't know.
Está todo miado por eso. Menos uno que rodea por la derecha.
Así te disparo, güey. Vamos, compa.
¿Dónde? Allá por... Oh, ok. Cuidado que pueden estar allá esperando.
Vamos por el centro, compa, vamos por el centro. Vamos por la calle del centro, vamos. Voy a limpiar andamios.
Atrás de tanque. Center. Behind the refrigerator room. Azul.
Puerto azul, desplace. Menos 3. ¿Lo bajaste?
Sí, 3. Hay 2 más.
Oh, why would they go into the blue room if you're pushing up through the middle? I do not know. Sure, it's had an opportunity to find the kills. They don't. Smokes are here. Coates, do they expect the cap to happen? They check and thankfully shut that down. Or maybe not so thankfully. Almost a cap there for LatinForce. So that smoke had been where it needed to be. On the corner of the tank, that's 2 points. So close. Yeah, I do apologize for the double audio. Trying some new ways to manage levels. A little over my head.
Abajo otro acá por el refrigerador.
LatinForce hanging in and clawing back for another round on offense. OP down to 2. Shirts in Argentina with 2 minutes left, looking to push objective up through the center.
¿Puedes o no?
Shirts shuts that down on Argentino, and Ivan's now the only one left alive on LatinForce. Doing a live. Adjustment there. OP. Interesting. The score didn't go to the right team. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. OP up 2-0 so far. LatinForce trying to fight back. Almost had the offensive round there. And yeah, I do apologize. Just checking all audio sources now. Paranoid that I have multiple coming in at all times. Let's check. Back to it. Round 4. Alright. Yep, I think I've solved the double audio issues. Appreciate chat letting me know. Sorry it took a map and a half. But we're here now. Okay. And we're into round 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna look for the after I don't. Oh,
Right there, right there.
Catching Mexicano out aggressively, rotating up to an early defensive position, catching their first kill.
That's one yellow room.
In fridge.
One yellow room. Alright, dude, why is it yellow room?
Coat trying to get rid of Guerrero across through the middle. Shirts connects with one there. Mexicano getting confirmed. That was confirmed. They lose one in that crossing attempt, and ultimately it's 4-4. Coates finds Ivans up through the middle. 3 remaining on objective with Torres catching some fire. Smokes coming out. Don't think those are good though. Maybe they'll deny it. No. Not gonna do a whole lot for much. Shirts catches another up through the middle.
Run for the cap.
Coach twice. Shirts OP looking for the cap to take this map 4-1. Heavy smoke application is here. Torres is on objective and they'll shut down Pants. Argentino is holding on the other side and they're suppressing and taking down Shirts. Chawai and Coates are all that's left with Torres on objective. Chawai trying to get the angle, but cannot. Torres shuts down another. Argentino's going to swing the corner, and they could catch Chawai for LatinForce, taking the round, clutching up the 2v4, and the cap, the allure of it, gets OP. That is a tied-up ball game, 2-2. Not what OP was looking to accomplish there on that round. LatinForce continues to fight every round, putting up a good back and forth here today. And again, a shout out to everyone tuning in. If you are stopping by, please hit that like button. Helps with the algorithm, helps get the stream in front of more eyes, helps get some more new people in here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It'll notify you of when games are going live so you don't miss out on any of the action. Also, keep your eyes peeled on the announcements tab for next week. Should have some exciting new announcements coming out. Keep your eyes peeled for that, but we are keeping our eyes peeled for round 5. Back to it we go.
You're being casted. You're doing bad.
Oops, I just realized I've had the name spelled wrong. Gosh. We're firing on all cylinders here today, folks. Apologies, gents, who are watching. Nice pickup there from Shirts. Back out. And the fight over center control is very much here with Ivans trying to find the refrag.
Por el cuarto azul del otro lado.
Another connect for Shirts on a Torres up through the middle. A bit of guesswork from Ivans. Rest of the team on OP doing well. 6-2, 4-4. Ivans nearly goes down. One of the standout shooters for LatinForce. 6-4 so far this round. This map. Ooh, that's a good nade right on top of Shirts, but it is a smoke. We don't see it in the Spectate client, but maybe one day we will. Shirts just flying around here. Ivans did not see Shirts rotating around up through that smoke. That was a big opportunity to catch a kill. Did I get it wrong? Did LatinForce win? I thought OP won. Going crazy. On map 1. I'm looking at the chat now. Shirts catches a kill. I don't know. Who cares? And Mexicano, the last alive, won the 1v4 with 3:30 left. They're going to go for the full rotation. Send themselves all the way back around. Try and cross to the north side and push in there, where hopefully the remaining 4 OP defenders have not allocated anyone to. After about 30 seconds, I would imagine we'd see that rotation on the overhead. And actually, you can see they do have one already covering north side. And we wait. 2.5. Mexicano may even just hang out here, recollect themselves, grab a little drink. In real life, a little hydration. Make a sandwich, put some cheese on there, slice it up, and start to chow down as they hustle themselves over with another 2 minutes left still to get up to the objective. Minute 30. As Mexicano works forward here. Shirt's woefully unaware. That'll be one. Coates could be up next, up through the middle here. And Pants will find the kill.
Was
OP with 3 left. Take the defensive win. And now it's up to their offensive round. Now I think I have scores right, but y'all are confusing me in chat, so maybe I don't. Seven and 2 for Coates, the leading killer of map 2. And OP ever closer to locking in the series win. We'll still play that third map out, and I suppose if I want to, we'll watch that third map. Otherwise, OP a round away from locking in the series, taking map 1 4-3. Now in the lead 3-2, just like I said, 1 away. Next objective, actually we're staying, just swapping sides, and so LatinForce will get a chance to defend what I believe to be a defensive favored objective. Little stat reminder for you. Bazaar is LatinForce's tied for second most played map. OP at this point putting a couple of rounds on the board for the season. Very well could be in their top 5 after this one if they win it. But both teams undefeated so far in season 15. OP joining last season, but like I mentioned, a team that's been around with its players for quite some time. LatinForce in season 11, though, definitely bringing a lot of experience to the game. And they're going to be bringing everything that they know into this next round, round number 6. Map 2, series point for OP.
I Millie Rocked earlier. Did you see me in the cast? Did you show me Millie Rock?
47, 37, 170.
Should I just watch Kia?
Yeah, watch Kia.
Can I even see Kia? I can.
I'm like right here. One went Kia.
Ivans gets identified on the cross, trying to get aggressive on the defense. I'll have to see how the rest of the offense reacts, but they'll be able to threaten up through that middle Kiat building, although that doesn't seem to be their plan. Set up actually way north, and this is definitely a touch off the normal meta defensive style, and I think that OP will be anticipating a 2-story Kayat defensive hold to watch down to the center of Bazaar, but it won't be there. Shirts catches El Mexicano down, and OP say, you know what, we may not even need to go around that side. A big kill from Sox onto the south. Have your north wall. They're going to push in straight through the south street. There's only 3 defenders left. Make it 2 as the headshot gets connected there. Sox scoops up 1. Where's the defense? OP doesn't need the cap, but frankly, it may be the easiest path to a round win as Torres is way off of objective and is crashing back. They'll huck a nade at the objective, and CJ patiently waits to push into the smoke. Tablet out, Torres down, Ivan's crashing. OP won all the points, but they don't get them. They'll just take the round win. With 5 alive, nonetheless on the attack, 4-2. Map 2 and the series into OP's hands. LatinForce coming in strong for sure. Definitely contested. The likes of OP in these first 2 maps, but in week 3, OP are the undefeated team. They'll go 3-1, LatinForce 2-1. Looks like our final map of the day, one of the newest maps in rotation. They're headed to Egress. It will be OP on the attack. And LatinForce, not LatinForce, on defense to start the round and the map. And I'm not seeing any subs, so we should be jumping into round 1 of this 3rd map here shortly. Quick shout out to everyone tuning in. We do appreciate your support. We also appreciate the support of our sponsors who have been supporting VRML for a long time, including Pro2 VR, VR Cover, and HyperX. Just granted, not necessarily with the game of Onward. But they do still sponsor VRML, and they will be sponsoring the Breachers Season 1 prize pool, as has been mentioned over the course of the preseason, so something to look forward to if you're interested there. Back into it, though, for round 1 of map 3. Like I said, LatinForce on the defense on Egress, looking to pick up a kill early, but Pants shuts that down on OP. Torres is there to re-arm the corner, but will they? It's a risky peek. CJ also here with a line over, could catch a head as soon as it pops up. Sox on the edge, catches a kill or 2. Argentino trying to deter it, but can't find the refrag, and OP will have 5-3 with Coates looking straight down to the back defensive angle there. They are hunting Argentino down, and Coates will find the kill. Sox going to continue their advancement as LatinForce get picked apart on OP's map pick for map 3. Cano and Guerrero with smokes and utility coming in are all that's left to hold this down. Interestingly enough, the most obvious and open push would net them a cap. As Guerrero finds 1. Trying to battle off Pants through the middle here. Guerrero goes down in OP after finding the kill on the other side. take the lead 1-0. Series done, locked in, OP leading the third map. All the momentum in their favor at this stage. And I did have the scores right, so everything's fine. Perfect cast. Oh, definitely shaking off the cobwebs on the Onward side of things, folks. 26 casts of breachers during the preseason. But we're in the breachers off season now, and I'm able to jump into an Onward cast or two. Granted, that changed to September 11th, but I got one in. I'll be around for more, have no fear, but definitely excited for Season 1 of Breachers debuting in a couple of days. Also, though, I am pretty stoked about this update, getting a very quick update. Yeah, it has me excited about Onward too. Not Onward number 2, but just Onward also. Back to it we go, round 2 of Onward 1 on map 3 on Egress. Yeah, and just going down Broadway, they'll find a death, and so will Mexicano. Code scoops up one.
There's one more though. There's one more though. CJ washroom.
Torres getting identified. Such a massive map here, so much room to work with and ways to push forward. Socks on the other side here. Good catch, Ivans. Thought they may be up top, but they are tucked into a dark corner. Ivans moving as slow as they can, but does mean that their gun and elbows will be seen by Socks first, and Socks springs the trap for the first kill. Pants finds the second. Just like that, LatinForce are down to 2. What happened?
Hello. He called us out.
He's inside the main building. He's inside the main building.
Your garb. It'd be crazy with this kind of made on my profile.
Pants finds the shots, and Guero's alone. Socks is here, and they'll go down. A nice pickup there on the edge. And we're here, there, and everywhere.
Hey, wait.
Guero's going to rotate around and try and get this res. Pants should have a line on the res over the top of the wall, though, and we'll see if they catch that out. 3:15 on the clock. Forgot how much time there is in this game. It's crazy.
Bacon. Check your tablet, bro. I'm in.
He's taking that.
Nosotros, nosotros.
2-2.
No tengo syringe. I don't have a syringe. I don't
Rez
have a
has
syringe.
come
Pass it
in.
at me. Just pass it. Don't get killed.
Oh my goodness, and I don't even know if that was worth it.
One in the middle. One in the middle. He's in the building.
Should have just ran over and hit the syringe themselves, but either way, the toss is there. Guerrero's healed, and LatinForce are healthy 2-2. With 2:20 left. Twos across the board. We're deuces wild, as they say. First of two. There's Torres alone for the push with 1.5 minutes, and they're going to commit to the open sprint tactic.
One on me, one on me.
We'll put them into CJ's line of sight,
Exactly, bro.
and OP will go up 2-0 on map 3. Trying to lock in the third map in a short time, which I can appreciate. Next objective, though, not, in my opinion, very capable. Although, I mean, out of all of the objectives on Egress, what ones are? There aren't any new ones. Nothing's changed since I've... so, I can't really think of any other cap points. Smoke and maybe getting into the hangar is the best bet. Definitely the most amount of obstruction of line of sight that you can get, but I feel like that really is will be a failing on the defense to allow that push to happen. I feel more likely than not is what we'll see is a more of an onward style play. A long rotation around the outside of the map, coming all the way through the edges to push around to the east side and push in, or go all the way around the west edges and not take your first entry point into the objective. There's oppies. They're out there. Couple of different choices for the old OP squad if they do want to try and lock this in on a cap, but it's the pace. How do they approach? So far, actually, pretty quick series. Only had a couple drawn out rounds. Both teams really have been flinging themselves at the objective. And if they west spawn, I think OP are going to commit to a either a long west rotation to the back or a push straight at OBJ. I mean, this is an opportunity for a very fast play if they wanted to.
When I go to BlackRock, I order air.
85 70. Yes, sir.
Outback steak air.
857, 85, 85, 7, 85.
Are you rapping?
Yes, sir.
A little bit of defense
Is
set
one
up.
again, one-
They did get identified as utility comes in. Shirts catches Guerrero up through the middle. That does enable kind of freedom
Smoke.
around these corners.
Steak steak.
Yeah, I'm gonna push up in the back too.
El Mexicano is watching the back, and there are several rotating into that defensive position.
I hear one by
Oh, and
One
actually,
por allá atrás.
Drone, no, Ivan's taking shots. Mexicano goes down.
Yeah,
Ivan's
yeah,
the nade
no,
up and
acá
over a
atrás también.
flash. And they've lost control of the backside. More utility coming in. And if anything, I wonder if the call-out has come for this defense to crash back. Ivans is the only one here. Huge opportunity for a code to be punched in and map 3 to be done. Especially with Argentino's position. Several on the attempt. Ivan's doing a great job of fending this off. Utility and suppressive fire. It's a little bit of coverage. 3/4 coverage really paying off. Shirts finally finds the frag. One they desperately needed to open up objective. And now Torres and Argentino are crashing back, anticipating a cap attempt. Rightfully so. Sox defending the rotations as Shirts tries to push in, but there's still so much utility coming through. It actually backs Shirts off with all the flashing. Argentino's here on the stairs. They'll go down, and on the back end, they lose Torres. CJ finds that kill. OP take a 3rd for map 3. Looking for one more to sweep and lock in a series win. Technically they already have, but again, a bit more of a powerful series win. More rounds won, the higher you go up in rank. You know the drill. We've been doing it for 15 seasons. Well, some of us. Plenty of new folks jumping in, especially with the new update. Love to see it. Really nice to see a good, solid update from the DPI squad. Back to it. Round 4.
Vamos, ¿dónde querés vos? ¿Por el centro o la derecha? Por la izquierda. Vamos por la izquierda. Por la izquierda vamos. ¿Dónde querés vos? Vámonos. Izquierda, izquierda. Ok. Esos güeyes salen a la derecha, se vamos a la izquierda.
This is the push I said is an onward push. All the way to the edge of the map. Clear out several pretty hard to clear out spots because you can get kind of cheeky and tuck a defender in over here. But clear this out and then get all the way around the map to the other side of your defense. And then try and push in, but they're going to run into some problem when Pants decides to peek out, and ultimately the objective is defended. The cross is also defended by Sox. No, actually, no one's watching the long angle. CJ's pushed up pretty far. Interesting off-angle defensive plays that may cost them depending on how this LatinForce team pushes in.
Aguas uno en la derecha, hay uno en la derecha, cuidado. Me bajó, está en el opening. Espérate, no.
No, Argentina doesn't get the res in time, and CJ, no, Sox. No, CJ catches the kill. OP are pinching. They know what LatinForce is set up for. They know right where they are, and Ivans Reading OP well enough to catch that rotation. CJ can't quite see the prone warrior here. CJ's head is just barely visible, almost gets picked up. But it's up to Mexicano and Ivans to try and clutch the 2v4. .220 left on the clock. CJ just in a real tough spot. No easy route. Although I feel Mexicano's maybe made it past the hard part. I think CJ is watching this side of the street, but as I say that, I do see a little head pop on the shrubs. No laser. So I think they're looking more towards Ivan's direction than over at this street. Yeah, Mexicano is going to get across. .45 seconds left. Eventually, Mexicano's going to have to stand and run. Or we'll just end the series on time, I guess. There goes Mexicano. Catching Dance on the edge. Down they go. Quick trade up the middle. Time, the ultimate decider in the game. Will decide that OP take the round, the series, the map, and all three maps. 4-3, 4-2, 4-0 across the board. Solid performance from OP. Definitely looking good in Season 3 here. Total score now 12-6. 12-5, excuse me. And OP advancing up 3-0. LatinForce 2-1 on the season. Shout out to everyone tuning in, stopping by, enjoying the action here. Appreciate you. Reminder that Season 1 of Breachers starts September 11th. That's just next week on Monday. Plenty of big announcements there around prize pool and a variety of other things. So do please be sure to check that out if you're at all interested in VRML. We also do have Tennis Esports live in their preseason. If you're interested in checking that game out and giving it a whack, please do go let us know. Quite literally a whack. But we do have a active community there playing that game in the preseason. Getting ready for Season 1. Pavlov also is their season live with Season 12. And there's plenty of competitive esports action to catch and tune into for the back half of the year. That's going to be it from me, though, on the desk. Quick shout out to our sponsors, ProTube VR, VR Cover, and HyperX. We do appreciate the support. We'll see you all later. Until then, stay classy. Onward VRML is brought to you by Downpour Interactive, HyperX, ProTube VR. Thanks for watching